Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics. This is episode 9, I believe, of restoring this 1978 Chevy Nova. The last episode, we got quite a bit done on the interior. We got a new used windshield put in. I got the rear view mirror on there. The used mirror had the little deal on it, so I didn't have to buy any glue. We got the roof pour 15, got the rear deck done, back seat done, recovered, all the plastics put in. I just still got to paint the sun visors and mount them. I'm not going to be putting a headliner in it, at least not right now. Okay, I got all the floor cleaned up. Just very solid floor, just a little bit of surface rust. I put some pour 15 on it while I was doing the roof. So we're getting ready to put the carpet in now, and then the seats, then the kick panels, then the seat belts, and then the bottom of the back seat, all that little stuff. So the interior will be completely done except for the door panels. Okay, so here's the carpet here. It's a little bit different than I usually order. I think it's called nylon pile or something. This is more of a smooth, and it come in 2 pieces, I believe. Wasn't that aspen a 1-piece? So anyway, we can tell what that goes to. That goes to the front. That's the driver's side. I just unpacked it from the box. The sun's about to go down, but I don't think we need too much sun. I don't think it has to flatten out. Okay, so we got the front, we got the back. So we're going to put that in there, see how it fits. So in this episode, that's what we'll be doing. We'll be getting all the interior completely done. Door panels are done. I'm just not going to mount them until after the car's painted. Okay, so what do we got after this is just little miscellaneous stuff. I still got to adjust this door I got from the wrecking yard. I think the hinge is bent or something, but I'm going to mess with that. I'm going to try a few different ways. I'm probably going to put a block of wood in there and see if I can. It just needs to come out. In case you haven't seen the last video, it's sunk in just a hair right here and right here, and it's sticking out here. So the door has to go out at the top, just has to pivot a little bit. I think I could probably get that without any major work. I don't have any frame pulling equipment. I used to at my old house when I lived in the Dallas area. I had my garage there with all the pull posts and tie downs and everything, but all that's gone now. I haven't really had to pull anything major here, but I usually use a tree or a bumper or with a come along, something like that, but I don't think I'll have to on this door. Okay, so after all that, I think it's just body work. We got a couple of miscellaneous mechanical stuff. I'm going to change that modulator over, even though it's probably just the hose, because it looks like the hose is about a foot too long, and it's all, I think that's probably cheap enough. We're going to get that modulator valve and a new hose, and the speedometer cable doesn't work. Speedometer doesn't work. I'm going to have to take that back apart. I don't think I have ever had it apart, like when I bought the car 5 years ago. But I believe it was leaking from there, and I tightened it up there when I started on this, and there's still no leaks. So I think that's all it was leaking all this time. So I'm going to take that back off and check the little plastic gears in there. I think that's probably what it is, unless it's the cable itself, the end of it that goes in the transmission. Really, that's the only mechanical stuff that I can think of. Yeah, I believe that's it. We got a lot of pour 15 still to do under here. I just been adding a little bits on the frame there when I open a small can, but we're gonna get up under there and do all the floorboards, front and back, the wheel wells. We're gonna do all that, all the little stuff. I got the new channel run weather stripping that goes in here. I put this on, but it clips in all the way around, but up here it just slides in, and it's not very good, and it was old weather stripping on the old stuff. So I'm gonna have to get some weather stripping adhesive and put right along here and mount that in permanently. Still waiting on the belt moldings, inner and outer. The inner ones go on the door panels itself. They should be in a few days, and I'll have to rivet them on the door panel itself. And then the outside ones just clip into these holes here that you can see, and I can put them on after it's painted. But for now, we're going to get this, I believe, I only took out the top window channel stuff. As you can see, I don't know if you can see inside this door down here, there's still the bottom part of it still in there, see? So I'll roll the window up, take all that out, both doors. So I got all that little stuff to do before we start on major stuff like the body work, start stripping her down. She's going to be stripped all the way down the metal. And I'll record a bunch of it. I mean, it'll be kind of boring after you do 1 or 2 panels, but it's time consuming. Probably going to take the front bumper off to repair this plastic here and probably paint all that silver. Okay, and I recovered the passenger seat. Still need some clips, hog clips on that one. Gonna put the seat cover on the driver's side, mount them in after the carpet. There's the door panels here, and these parts here are all ready to put in. Bottom of the back seat, kick panels. Yeah, that's the other thing. I'll probably flat black. I flat black these louvers, and I'll probably flat black all the window frames. So we'll do that too. We got to strip down this cowl here and paint it inside and out, and then mount that on the car. I should have poured 15 that while I had the can open. Okay, so now I got to paint the sun visors. Then I got to round up some little stuff. I only have the one door. I believe this is the driver's side, and I'll have to order the passenger side. Friggin' $100 each, but what are you gonna do? They didn't have one at the junkyard. Somebody snagged them up. I believe that's it. Oh, then we're gonna paint underneath the hood. I don't want to lift it up now because the carpet's there. We're going to paint all underneath the hood all black, and we got to do a lot of sanding and stuff on that too. So there's all that little stuff we got to take off. I'm going to leave these moldings off probably till after it's painted, but at least for now, so I can sand. Instead of just sanding and painting this edge, I'll probably just strip all this down here and go all the way around and prime and paint that. And since I'm doing that, I might as well do the back. I left this back piece off here when I was painting the jam silver. I'll go ahead and take these off and do the same thing. And if it needs any silicone in there, I'll seal that up real good. And same thing, prime and paint that area. One thing I failed to mention on the windshield last video is when you put that urethane in there and put the windshield in, you want to go with a putty knife like this and push it against the edge of the windshield and smush it all in there, all the way around. It's just like the excess that comes out, smush it all in there, because even the professionals, a lot of times they get little gaps in there, and the wind noise, it'll just whistle. So I just do that anyway, just to ensure that it's completely sealed. I just failed to mention that last video. Okay, so I think that's it. You know, all the work I need to get done before we start the major stuff. So I will be back when I get some of that accomplished and show you the progress. Smile for the camera. And Kitty. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you, I laid down the carpet in here. Fit pretty good. All the contours were where they're supposed to be. Okay, I don't usually, you can put some contact cement or something up here, under here if you wanted to. I got just about everything in, but I gotta mount the dimmer switch right in there. Oh, I'll have to check the box to see if it's got a little little circle deal that goes over there. They usually do. It's probably dropped somewhere. And probably trim it a little bit around here before you put in the kick panels. But other than that, I had all the contours here. I just had to take out this one seat belt here. You know, originally it had one on here, but that was for if there was three people with a bench seat. So I left that one off, taped up the hole, and then this will be driver's side, passenger side, and then these two holes here on the side for the shoulder belt. And then these are my kind of rigged up for the buckets. I had welded these bolts in there, and then this is basically just a washer. Use that as a washer, and then that bolts the seat down. So I cut them out, two there, one there, and one here. And if you ever convert your car from a bench to buckets, make sure you put some bolts, metal, and everything in there. I just watched a video where they were tearing down this Nova that originally, that's what somebody did, put buckets in it. And they had pieces of wood here as spacers, and they had this side of the seat bolted down to wood. Don't ever do that. You'll kill yourself. You even get in a little fender bender, that seat will jerk and pull right out. Okay, so I got to do a little more cutting right in here where the bottom of the back seat mounts in. Just cut out that little bit, probably a little bit around the kick panels, and then start mounting everything in here. It's actually, you know, carpet's pretty easy job. It fit really good. Just had to tuck it up underneath these panels here. And as long as you don't got a cat in your way. And just go over here and it fit right to the rocker. Probably has to be cut, maybe, well, maybe not. But overall, fit pretty good. Well, it is the best company, that whatever it is, ACC. And they sell through every, I think I told you in a previous video, I got it through Rock Auto, 153 bucks I think it was shipped. So it's a pretty good deal, even cheaper than on eBay. Okay, so I just figured I'd show you that. Like I said, the Aspen was a one-piece, I believe, and this is a two-piece. And you basically just fit it over the hump and the indentations in the floor. And I'll vacuum it up real good. It's got all kinds of stuff on it. Now it's got kitty hair on it. But okay, so next clip I should have the seats and everything mounted in there. We'll see you in a little while. Well, probably tomorrow. I'm gonna go watch the big football game there. Should be a good one, Packers and 49ers. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, guys. I got the seats in. I don't really like them front seat covers. They don't. I'm trying to keep this buzzer off. They just don't get real tight. They're, I don't know, it's okay. I really love the back seat though. I think I'm going to order another set for the 72 Nova when we get rolling on that. But yeah, there's all the carpet and the kick panels. I had the drivers. Yeah, stop now. Got the driver's sill panel, but I don't have the passenger, and there wasn't any good ones at the wrecking yard. Okay, I got the weather stripping on this. Got the new window channel run in there. You know, the old stuff looks like this, and it's all just brittle. And show you the new stuff. And it fit perfect. It was for 73, 74, but it fit perfect. Okay, so this is the way it comes in a straight flat, and you gotta push it like that. That's the way it needs to look. And you need to start down like here and start pushing it down to the window. Use a little bit of WD-40. There's Kitty. I just gave her a hot dog for breakfast. I don't buy any cat food. So you go all the way around, and then right here you have to cut it because you can't get that curve in there. You want the window real tight. So then you got a piece from here all the way down to here. Use a little WD-40, push it all the way down in there. And what I'm gonna have to do is get a little, when I get some weather strip adhesive for this, I gotta do the top around here, probably just the corners, or put a little strip down there. And I'll put a little strip here to keep this from coming down. It may not, but, and then this little deal here is just, you gotta take that out and then put in your weather stripping and then pull it out a little bit and put this piece in, and you gotta kind of go like that with it and push it in. That keeps your window to go in there, slides it in there. So that's it there. She's all watertight, airtight. Okay, fixing to do the passenger side. It won't be completely watertight because I still need to do the belt moldings. It hasn't rained here in probably a couple of months, but starting tomorrow, it's going to be 60% chance of rain the next 3 days. So I don't really want to get rain in there, but water in there. Okay, so I think that's it. We got all the interior done. Got the sun visors. Got the sun visors painted. They're on there. Okay, the only thing I'd like to do the interior is build a console and a stereo. And I think that's it. Later on, maybe headliner. Oh, I gotta get a dome light. Okay, so I will be back later when I get some more stuff done. Okay guys, let's give you an update what I've been doing the last day or two. I got underneath the hood all sanded and put in some caulking, you know, in between the brace and the hood, you know, so it doesn't rattle and flex or whatever. So that's all ready to paint. I'm gonna paint that in a while. Okay, this door was a hell of a job getting it lined up. Ended up putting some good bushings and stuff in there. Had it on and off a couple of times, jacking it up with some wood. Anyway, I got it pretty close. And it was still in a little bit, but I just used my use this deal here, and you put it in and just adjust the fender and door around. So I got it pretty good. There's actually a pretty good gap there, But then here it's real close to the quarter from here down. And I don't know if so I lined it up with the old door on there, the new quarter, welded it on, it looked perfect. But now that that door was jacked up and then this door's on there, it might be the quarter's in too far. I may have to cut it and open it up a little bit from here to here. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. There's still a gap there, but at least it's not touching. And I had to bang the door around a little bit here. But anyway, the door's pretty straight. It had a little dent here that I popped out. I got this weather stripping in there. I still haven't got no adhesive. I need to go around the adhesive and get that top part in. And then I got the new window channel rubber in there. That's all in on both sides. So both doors are done. Okay, stripping this cowl down, cowl vent cover, whatever you want to call it, down, and it had some old body filler right in here, and it had little cracks and everything in it, so I took that down. So I'm going to take my die grinder and get the little stuff. I just finished sanding it with 80, the DA, so you can see some little things here where they fixed the dent previously, who knows when, could be 20-30 years ago. So anyway, yeah, it was painted a couple of times. I'm just trying to get all that old gold paint off there. So I gotta prime and paint this as well as under the hood. Trying to get all this little stuff done before we start all the body work and paint. And I still got a few little things to do. I'm gonna try to bleed the back brakes today. I got my brother over visiting. I have him pump the brakes so we can get some fluid out the back. And I believe that's it. Well, no, we still got that modulator valve. I'll get it up on ramps after that. There's a little kitty. And check that modulator valve and put a new hose on there just to get that out of the way. And then we'll have the speedometer to do later too. But anyway, I think that's it right now. So I'll be back when I get some more updates. Okay guys, just an update. I got all underneath the hood sanded, painted black. I painted all this flat black. It'll probably get messed up as I'm doing the other body work, but I can always repaint it. Okay, this door here I sanded with 80 grit with my DA sander. It come off pretty good. A lot of door dings, but that's, you know, normal. So I figure I'll show it to you before I start the Bondo work. This deck lid here, I might have to take my grinder to it. See this original paint, then this is some brown primer, and then some yellow primer or sealer, and then the paint that's on it now, which is all, you know, if you can see close there, it's all messed up. And I can't tell very good how this old, the original paint is. Usually they put this sealer and stuff over top. If this paint is, you know, like cracked or something, they'll fill it full of sealer before they repaint it so the cracks don't come up. And whether that's what happened to the paint job they did to it, or it's just cheap paint and did it anyway. But regardless, it's all got to come down to the metal like this. And this took a while just to do this, so I think I'm going to get my big grinder out and just grind it down the metal, then go over it with the DA. Okay, so I got the belt moldings in. I got this cowl primed. I had to fix a few other little dings on it, and fixed all the rust under there and painted it black. So that just needs to be primed. I'll prime that when I do some more primering. I got the belt moldings in, and originally, these are it here. Originally they're on there with steel staples, and they stapled to the steel underneath. Well, this kit come with a bunch of little screws, so I just drilled holes and screws on it, and that's how it looks there. Okay, so I got them on there, so the door panels can go on, and I'll probably put them on after it's painted. Okay, so I did those two, and then the other two just clip on. They're not, no screws or nothing to them, and they just clip on in these. You probably can't see it now. There's little slots. Roll down the window. They just clip into these little slots here. So after it's painted, put it on, and it just clip all the way, and it's done. So those will stay off until it's painted, and I'll have to take off these. I'm going to take off the lock and the door handles on both doors. That's why the door panels have to stay off, so I can get access to get them off. Then after it's painted, I'll put them on, then the door panels. But the interior's done, other than the door panels. So I think that's all for now. I guess I'm going to stick with this side. We're going to do the Bondo work here where the new quarter was on, straighten that up, and then straighten all these door dings. There's a bunch of them. And then we'll start on this fender here. Like I said, it got whacked here somehow. They hit something and bent it. So we're going to try to pull that back out and then Bondo that area. And then this rust spot down here, we're going to unbolt it from the bottom here. Just one or two bolts. And we're just going to pull it away a little bit. We're going to cut this little section out and weld in a little piece and fix that, and then bolt it back in. And right here, you can see that looks like some Bondo cracks there. So the whole car is going to be ground down right to the metal, just like that door looks. So we're going to take off this and grind it all the way down the metal, rework Bondo work here, and straighten it out. Okay, so I'll be back when I get a more organized on show you the Bondo work and pulling the dents and all that stuff a little bit later. Okay, we'll be next segment. Good morning, guys. I think I'm going to save this body work and stuff for the next video, so I can go over a lot of stuff in one video, such as, you know, how to sand it, what grit to use, sander to use, spreading the Bondo, blocking the Bondo, stuff like that. So let's wrap up some little stuff. We're going to tackle the modulator valve. I'm not sure if it's bad. When we test drove it, it kind of revved up. If you really jammed on the gas, it would just rev up. But if you drove it gas halfway down, it would be okay. And then it's got a long vacuum line, and I know I could probably take it off and test the modulator and get a vacuum pump, but we're just going to go ahead and get a new one. I got to run down and get the some adhesive, weather strip adhesive, modulator valve, some brake fluid, a couple little things. So I'm going to take you for a ride with me. And now that the weather's not 100 degrees every day, I'm going to start driving these cars a little bit more, because, you know, none of them have the AC hooked up or charged up. So we're going to take the Le Mans today. We're going to just run into town to the auto parts store. As you can see, I'm bordered by dirt roads, and these cars just sit here and get all friggin' dusty. and looks like crap. So we're going to start her up and pressure wash the dust off of it real quick and take her into town. Let's see if she's going to start. My 70 Le Mans Sport 404 barrel with a Nettelbrock. I wish I could say this was built and not bought, but that's one of the only cars that I didn't build. I traded a project car for it, and this car was all restored, so traded a project 67 Chevy for it. Guy just had to have a Chevelle. Chevelle's probably worth more than a Le Mans, but it needed about 2 years worth of work. Complete restoration. It's a rusty. So anyway, let's wash her off. We'll be back in a second. Okay, she's all rinsed off. I didn't wash it with soap or nothing, just wash the dust off and we'll go for a little ride. Wipers on. Okay, we're on the road. Got my co-pilot with me. Get her out on the highway, blow some cobwebs out of her. Okay, I think the first stop's going to be Whataburger for breakfast. So I'll see you there. Pulling into Whataburger for some breakfast.
Good morning, welcome to Whataburger. Can I have you on our breakfast burger this morning?
Up. Okay, I think we're about done with the breakfast and head out to AutoZone. Here we are at AutoZone. Okay, guys. Some brake fluid. Some hose clamps. Some new line. Some weather strip adhesive. And modulator valve. Show you what it is. It actually came with a little. That's it there. Just gonna go back to the house and then install that. Okay, see you back at the house. Okay, guys, made it back. No problems whatsoever. I wouldn't be afraid to hop in this car and drive it anywhere. Maybe hot rod power tour next year. I don't know. It still looks pretty shitty from the dust, but anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I figure I'll just throw that in there to break up the monotony of working on the Nova, just videotaping just in front of the garage all the time. But give me a few minutes. I'll get this up on jack stands and we'll get under there and change that. So hope you enjoyed that little segment. I think we'll take the clean up the vet and take the vet for a little cruise there next time we go run get some parts or something. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, get her back up on jack stands and ramps. Show you what I got going here. Here's the old one here. The new one was a little bit smaller. And it's right there. I just got it just pushed in there. It's held in there with a little, oh, did I even bring it out here? There's a little keeper here. And it's a pain in the ass to get to. I turn the camera around here if you can see that bracket. It's right in the way of getting at the bolt, which is, I'll point to it up here. So you can see that little screwdriver, little bolt hole is right up there. So I had to use a little swivel. It's 1/2 inch. To use a swivel and get it in there, and I couldn't film all that and do it one-handed. So anyway, that's going to be that. This is the vacuum line that they had on there. It's very, very soft. I don't know if it was leaking. It could have been. That's why I got new vacuum line. I don't know if you can tell here. This is the steel tube coming down from the carburetor or intake manifold, and then a little rubber thing goes from there to the end of the modulator valve to there. So it really just needs a little bit of rubber, right? Yeah, if you can see from there to there. Okay, but I bought extra rubber for up top in case I need some up top. So I think that steel line goes all the way up to the engine. Then there's a little rubber tube, rubber line there from the intake of the carb to this. So we're going to replace all that rubber just to make sure. And then this one here, we'll just throw in the little parts box and keep it in the trunk in case this one craps out. You don't know how good it is, you know, Duralast. It's supposed to be, I think it has a lifetime warranty, but anyway, I noticed there's some drips. We're gonna do you see the speedometer cable there? You know, speedometer doesn't work. And you can see a drip there. We're gonna take that apart. And I'm pretty sure the cable's good, but we'll take it apart and spin it. And if it spins, it's going to be inside here. There's a little plastic gear that goes from here to the gear, and I'm thinking that's probably shot or something, melted, or who knows. Anyway, I'll be back in a little bit. Got little kitty helping me. Okay, we got the modulator in there. I used that little vacuum piece that came in the box with it. It fit on there pretty perfect, so I didn't have to use the new one. Okay, so here's the speedometer cable, and it looks okay, and it does turn. See, so it's not broken, rusted, nothing like that. And this is the gear that goes in there like this, and there's a little keeper thing here that holds it in. So I pulled it apart, and it looks like them gears are all mangled up to me. The plastic gears are all busted teeth and everything. So that does come apart. I don't know if I can buy that or buy the whole thing, but it is dripping fluid, and the only way it would drip fluid would be this little O-ring here. So I'll see if I can buy that. I don't know. I got a few transmissions laying around here. I'll see if I got another one. If not, I'll just buy it, and we'll have to wait on it to fix it, but it ain't going nowhere. It's sitting up here on jack stands. We can start the body work. But that's it. If you ever take one apart, just a little, it's funny because it's actually 10mm. This car is like half friggin' metric and mostly standard, but anyway, it's a 10mm there. Okay, so I'll be back. May wrap this video up, but I'll be back in a little while. Okay, guys. Didn't realize there were so many of these gears. They had 19 tooth, 20 tooth, 21 tooth, 22 tooth. So I counted up 3 times. I hope I got it right that it was 22. So I ordered that. AutoZone doesn't have anything like that. So I had to order it off eBay. So who knows how long it'll get here. They said between, 4 days and 10 days. So that's just going to have to sit there. I don't know if I messed with this when I bought this car 4 or 5 years ago. I'm hoping I just didn't grab this gear out of another car and stick it in there and it not being the right one, because that thing's all chewed up. So I'm hoping it really is a 22 toother. I hope that's the original one. If not, I'm going to be in for, I have to buy about 5 of them. And okay, so we're going to leave that for who knows how long. while we do the body work, but we got one more little thing here to do, and that is, you know, the gas gauge didn't work, or it worked but over on a different side. So here's the ground from the sending unit, and there's the ground bolted right there. So we're going to take that off. I'm going to take my little die grinder and grind that and the end of the wire on the bolt and bolt it up there, and we'll check it. Okay, so let me do that real quick. Get this on video in case the sparks light the gas tank on fire. Okay, let me do the end of the wire, this thing here, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, there it is. We'll go check it. If it's not that, then it's got to be inside the sending unit itself, and I don't think I'm going to take that apart because I don't know if they make them or not. But it's the least of my worries. So let's go turn the ignition on, see what happens, just to get that out of the way. No, it didn't do anything, did it? No, it didn't even move. If you're new here, it was moving up towards the full mark, and then you turn the key and it would move down. Anyway, that's about all I can do with that. If you're new also, I had all that gauge apart and didn't really see anything wrong with it, although it could be faulty. You know, you don't know. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap this video up for now. Next video, we'll be doing all the body work. I'll be going over a lot of stuff. So if you're interested in doing paint and body work, prep, prime, fix and dents, stay tuned for the next video, because we're going to go over this. We're going to fill in the Bondo here where I put the new quarter on the first or second episode. And then we'll just go at it panel by panel, stripping. All this paint needs to be stripped down, just like this door. But some of this door was blue, so it sanded pretty easy. A little surface rust from the morning dew. But this other paint's been painted a couple times, or painted with heavy sealers and primers, and then it's just nasty. So it's got to go right down to the metal, which I started on this trunk lid. And as you can see, I think I already went over it, but 4 layers, and it's taken a long time with 80, but I'll go over that next video. Okay, on the Le Mans, I got a devoted video to that, the history of it and everything. If you want to look at it, just click on my name, Clunkers and Classics, and click videos. Scroll down, you'll see a video for it. Like I said, from time to time, I'll take out these for a little test drive or run to the parts store for you guys. Break up the monotony of just standing here in the same shop atmosphere. Tell me if y'all like that. Put in little clips like that. We'll take some more for a cruise. I'll take the Black Vet, the Chevy. We already got a few videos of the Aspen driving around. Okay, yeah, subscribe if you haven't. Bottom right hand corner of the screen, there's a little subscribe button. Just click that. It's free, doesn't cost anything. And like, comment, share, all that stuff. And we'll see you next time. We got a lot done on this car. I'm pretty sure I'll have to check my long list still of little stuff I gotta buy for it. But I'm pretty sure all the interior's done now. All the mechanics done now, except for that speedo gear. Might be a few little things I'm missing. So we're getting right down to the final part of it, which is the paint and body, but the paint and body's very time consuming. I'll try to make it as less boring as possible. I know a lot of guys are interested in it, but I've done it so many times, a bunch of times on video, but every car is different, you know, little dents and rust patches we gotta make, stuff like that, stripping down plastics and stripping down. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned for all that, because we're going down the home stretch here. Okay, well, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next video.